Hi guys, welcome to the replay. If you're catching me live, make sure that you type in where you're watching from. We're going to adjust the camera just a little bit. There we go. Let me know that you're watching because I get to see little eyeballs, but it doesn't actually tell me who's watching. So type it in. Let me know that you're watching. Any questions that you have, put them in capital letters. That helps me to catch them, whether it's live or on the replay. And if you are watching from the replay, do hashtag replay. Thank you so much for joining. We are going to just have some crafty chat. Some little fun crafty day. I have a new setup and I'm trying new things. Let's see. I saw a huge shadow there, so I just was moving it out of the way. Yay, fantastic. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining, friends. So just to start things off, because it's always good to have a project to get started with, I thought that I would do Don't Bother Me, I'm Procrastinating. I have wanted this since it was released several months ago. I've had it in my stash and I just have not taken the time to do it. It's crazy. I don't know what I was thinking. But I have a chalkboard out of my stash that I absolutely love. And I'm going to take this and I'm actually going to hang it in my craft room. I'm redoing my craft space. I'm relocating my craft space basically and taking back over a room that I once had and getting it all set up for filming, for crafting, for chalk couture, just a little bit of everything. I have several different stations within my workstation that I built. And it's just a fun little thing. So I thought this would be a great sign. Now, I went ahead and applied a coat of wax on this a little while ago, and it really seems to have soaked in. Like, normally when I wax a chalkboard, I come back and I'm buffing it out and you can like see little circles and you can see the movement of the wax, but this seems to have like soaked in. So I'm hoping that one coat of wax is actually going to be sufficient. I see lots of fingerprints. Lots of things in there. So I'm just trying to buff a little bit of that out. It doesn't have it's got a distressed look to it to begin with. So no big deal on that. And I think I'm going to do it in all white. I don't know. I'm sitting here looking at it going, well, I'd kind of like some things to be silver, but I like the look of white. I guess I'm just like maybe old-fashioned. I don't know. I don't know the way to say it. I don't know. So I have my fuzzing cloth right here, and I got this tip from another leader in Chalk Couture. And they said that to line your transfers back up on your carrier sheet when you're done, if you'll cut a corner of your transfer, it'll actually make it easier. Now, I can kind of see that because at least you'll be putting it back on in the exact way that it came off, but I don't know that it's really going to make a difference. And since I've got lots of space here, I'm just going to go ahead and try it. What's the harm? Let's see what happens. It's either going to make it easier or it's not going to change a thing. And either way, they're just not that hard to do. So I have my fuzzing cloth. This is from Chalk Couture. One side is microfiber, one side is terry cloth. It's perfect for doing the fuzzing of these transfers. And let me just go ahead and open it up like so. And I'm going to take my transfer off of the carrier sheet. This is a reusable silkscreen transfer. It is by Chalk Couture, and you can get 8 to 12 uses out of each one of these. Now, that is what the company says. If you take care of them, you can get considerably more than 8 to 12 uses. I have transfers that have been used well over 20 times, and as long as you are cleaning them up after the fact, you let them dry completely sticky side up, you put them back on their carrier sheet, you don't let them get super hot. Like, you wouldn't want to store these in your car for any prolonged amount of time or anything, especially where I'm at. I'm in Texas. It's summertime. Even though we're having cooler weather, oh my goodness, it would just be like, not good, not good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my transfer backer sheet and I'm going to take that carrier sheet away from the actual design. And then I'm going to flip this design over and I'm just going to press it down. No big deal. Easy peasy. And I'm going to do this several times. Now, I tend to flip mine around to different locations as I fuzz it. That is just my personal habit. It's not really anything specific to it. No benefit one way or the other. I just want to make sure that I'm getting different areas of my fuzzing cloth and getting that transfer nice and fuzzed up. The reason that we fuzz up a transfer is because they are adhesive backed. When you're going to put them on a surface, especially a flat, slick surface, extremely important when you're doing this on metal or glass, but even when you're doing it on a chalkboard, you want to make sure that you've got something between the transfer itself and the chalkboard. So this gives you just a little layer of fuzz. It kind of takes some of that tackiness away. Now, obviously, it's still super sticky. I mean, I can pick it up, no problem. It's going to stick. It's going to stay in place. I'm not going to have to worry about it moving on me, anything like that. And you can slide these along your chalkboard to kind of get them in the place that you want them to be. And they're not going to stick down until you stick it down. So I'm just kind of eyeballing the center. But I'm also looking, like, I'm not too worried about it being perfectly straight. Like, these words are not straight to begin with. But what I'm looking at is how far away I am from the scissors to the scroll work. And the same thing on the bottom. I don't want it to be super close, but I'd like for it to be about equal distance. In a perfect world. You know, I don't live in a perfect world, but, you know, we try, right? We try. So I'm going to go over this just with my fingers lightly over the silkscreen area. And this is to get any air bubbles out. I don't want air bubbles. Like, I've got an air bubble right here that I can feel. I don't want any air bubbles between the silkscreen and my actual project, and that is because I'm going to be using Chalkology paste, and the chalk paste will seek out any air bubbles that might be there, and it's going to distort what it was supposed to look like. So I'm going to go over this now that I've done it with my fingers. I'm going to go over it with my squeegee. This is the angled squeegee. It's got lots of different angles on it so that you can get just exactly where you need to get with your project. So aptly named, the angled squeegee. And I'm only caring about these areas that are where the silkscreen design is. Like, the edges can stay completely loose, and that is fine. It's actually going to help me to pick it up when I'm done. Loving that. Now, several of you guys in this group are Chalk Couture designers, and so obviously you're like, yes, I already know that. But some of our members are not designers, and they maybe haven't seen Chalk Couture before. So I just wanted to make sure that I'm going over the basics as I'm actually doing this. But Chalk Couture paste is kind of like a mixed media paste. Let me see, a texture paste would be a good way to put it. Media paste from Brutus Monroe is kind of the same consistency, but it does a different thing. Like, this chalk paste is actually chalk in a liquid form that hardens when it dries. It gets really hard, and then it doesn't come off until you take it off with water, but you can remove it. That's the difference between this and a lot of the other media products that are out there, like media paste and texture paste. You're not going to be able to remove them. And I'm going to be using this in a silk screen. So I love the silk screens. It's going to give me perfect results with very little effort. Who doesn't love that? You know, and you can use this on all different kinds of surfaces, including paper. I'm a paper crafter at heart. Paper is always going to be my first love, and I'm going to go back to paper all the time. And so I love anything that I can actually use on paper. And I love mixed media. So I'm just going to load up my mini squeegee, and I'm going to apply the chalk paste right over the design. Now I do this a little bit different. Every designer has their own way of doing it. I like to put my paste on and pull it over the design and basically pick up the excess as I go. I am going to have to go back over it and make sure that I've got all the extra off, but I don't like to cover the design completely and thickly, even though it's going to be, this one takes a minute to actually get everything covered because I'm using a mini squeegee. I could be putting this on with a 4-inch squeegee and this thing would be done already, but I like to just have a little bit of control. So even though we work quickly with chalk paste because you don't want it to dry in your silk screen, I do want to take my time and make sure that all the little nooks and crannies are covered. Everything is well covered. Now I'm going to take the same squeegee and I'm going to pull off the excess. You see that there's a lot of excess, and the excess product just goes back in the jar. I mean, it's super, super easy to use this stuff. It takes very little, which is one of the reasons that I love it, because it is really kind of economical when you think about how little of this you're using. I love it. I love it a lot. All right, making sure that I don't have any lines, because the lines will actually dry hard that way in your design. So I'm just knocking down any lines that are on there, picking up any big extra amounts, and then we are going to pull this up. Now you want to pull it up towards the ceiling, and you want to go side to side or top to bottom. Oh, I got a little bit of a spot on this paper clip. Let's see. All right, that's better. I can clean that up. You want to go side to side or top to bottom, not diagonal. And you want to pull up towards the ceiling and not like towards you, or not just a real strong pull in one direction or the other. As you're pulling up, it's going to keep it from curling. It's going to keep it from distorting the actual silk screen itself. And I am loving that. Oh my goodness, you guys, it turned out so good. I've got one little spot that I'm not loving, that I've got a little bit where it sought out an air bubble. I can tell right there. And so super easy. I am just going to fix that with a Q-tip once this dries. I'm going to let it dry. I don't want to rush the process. Want to let it dry, and once it's actually dry, it's matte, so you can tell that it's dry. And then I'm just going to go in with a Q-tip and some water, and I'm going to fix that right up. Yay! Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. Just finishing up this little project that we've got going on today. Still a little bit wet, so I'm just going to give it a second. It dries super, super fast. I've got my Q-tips off to the side, ready to go. I'm going to take my water bottle on my work mat. I'm going to put a little tiny squirt of water on there. Put my Q-tip in the water. I don't want it to be dripping wet. I just want it to be a little bit wet. And then I'm going to come in, I'm going to go right over that spot, and you see that it picks the excess right up. Bam. There we have it. That was all that it took. Love that. Love it. All right, guys, that is it for me today. If y'all don't have any questions, I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here, get on to my next thing that I've got to be doing for Saturday. Playtime, as I would like it to be. I've got to get busy and finish up my workspace. So I'm going to remind you guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button down below and go over and click the little bell. That's going to let you know each time that I upload new videos. And I would love to have you along for the fun. If you'd like information on our Facebook crafty group, you can find that down in the comments below. And I would love to have you join our group and play with us. Remember, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and happy crafting.